Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Valheim live stream. Today, we're going to show you Battle for Valhalla, which is a faction PvP game mode that lasts over a period of time for Valheim, made by the Arena World team. You can see it in the background now. Before we get too much into that, let's make sure you understand how to register for Season 2 of Battle for Valhalla. You can take a look at any of the Arena World stuff to find their Discord link, or just grab it from the description of this channel. That'll take you into the Arena World Valheim Discord. This is where you can look at the scheduled events, because Battle for Valhalla is just one of the things that they do, but it's the bigger one and the faction war thing, and that's going to be what we focus on in this video. Everything you need is here in this Discord. This is where you need to go. Once you're here, you're going to go to register for Battle for Valhalla. It's currently private, but once it's out and ready, you'll see it here, and that's where you can move forward. But now, without further ado, let's look into the actual joining of Battle for Valhalla. What you're going to do is go to R2Modman and then just search for the mod pack or use the provided one in the Discord, depending on how they set it up. And then once you launch, you'll see what we're seeing now. The Valheim title screen, but adjusted. You don't need to know the server or anything like that. All you need to do is start game, and then don't join on an existing character because it's going to kick you. What you need to do is make a new character. So we're going to go BFVJP, okay? And go with the standard Boldo here. And that's all there is to it. So now you know how to join, and let's meet the Arena World team. How's it going, everyone?
Hey, going good.
Hey, JP.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, fantastic. Finally over with this work and ready to show off.
I'm really excited to see what you guys have been doing and see how it's improved since the first season. And so just so the audience knows, you guys are hearing Hilly and Ray and Zeal and Papa Doc. And Ray, do you want to take over from here and tell them a bit about what this experience is and what they can expect?
Yes, for sure. First of all, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us for the third time. This is your third live stream with us, and it's been great every time, so I think this one will be great as well. Battle for Valhalla is a faction war PvP server that combines a PvP and PvE experience together. You basically have two factions that fight each other on a map that is half the size of a normal Valheim map, which means there is more encounters, but there is not a shortage of content, that's for sure. You have custom dungeons, you have cities, villages, you have lots of new things to do here that we were going to show you, and many new features. So really it's an extensive project with many different things, and it's going to take me a long time to explain everything, so it's better that we actually get into it and
Go
see
through it. Yeah.
What's the player experience is like.
So there's one thing I want to make sure we explain to them before we get into that, and that's this faction thing. So right now, what they can see is on the left, there's a dude with a blue sword and someone with a red, and we've used faction and PvP. So why don't you take this moment to explain what the factions are, and then we can move forward and go wherever you want.
Right, so let's start with a bit of background of what is the story of Battle for Valhalla. Basically, the server is a new take on Valheim. Valheim is a sort of a purgatory, right, in the vanilla game. And so it is here. It's the same Valheim. Although the story says that there is two ancient clans, the Shadowborn Wolves on the left and the Bloodfire Dragons on the right. These are two ancient clans that have been at war since forever, and they have fallen in battle, and Odin has decided to decide which one of them is going to be the ruler of Valhalla and end the war between them. So to do that, they must beat the challenges of Valheim by defeating the bosses, and the first clan to defeat Fader take his trophy and bring it to the center of the world, where it is Odin's altar, and it's a challenge by itself. This clan or faction will be the winner of the season and the ruler of Valhalla. So this is the backstory of the server. And each of these clans is a slightly different player experience if you're thinking which one should I be choosing. The gameplay is still the same whether you go for one or the other, but there is a difference in their side of the map because it's an east versus west kind of layout, which we will see in a bit. So you get access to maybe different castles, different villages that you get to experience more, on which faction you are. You get access to a unique faction set and weapons. As you see, they are wearing a costume set. Some different quests too. But eventually, let's say that if you're playing as a wolf, the guy on the left, so you're more, let's say, stamina-based, a bit more speed, more agile, right? And if you're playing with the dragon on the right, you're more health and eater-based. You're a bit more heavy also. But any player can play as any style with any faction. It doesn't mean that you're locked to a specific playstyle.
So more or less, they're the same, but they have some kind of subtle variations. But really,
Exactly.
It's more about like which faction has more people, and it's important to kind of like make it even. Is that right? So like it's not like when you play WoW where you join and you just pick whatever faction. It doesn't matter. In this case, it's really important that there's a similar amount of players on each side. So I imagine that like the factions themselves, like how do you manage the fact that you have to keep it kind of the teams balanced, right? But people also will want to like choose a faction, right? So do you want to elaborate on that before we move on, or?
Yeah, so there's two sides to it, right? There is the in-game side, like how you just explained the in-game balance, the values of each faction. And there is also the Discord side of how you actually register for a faction. Now, you basically skip that part to get into the server, but let's start with the Discord part. When you join the server via Discord, you sign up to a faction, there is a bot, and that bot is doing an auto balance by itself, and it will not let you join a faction if there is too many players in that faction.
Ah, that's how you handle it. Okay, so it's all handled through Discord. I'm showing that on the screen now, by the way.
Okay, perfect. And in the in-game side, it's about the balance, because when we designed those factions, it went from kind of a base belief that gamers in general, they tend to divide into like kind of the same group. Some people prefer the more heavy and damage health kind of way, and some people prefer the more rogue kind of way, right? Like the wolf. Like the wolf versus the dragon. It kind of represents main personalities that you can find with gamers. Kind of the rogue versus the warrior, you'd say. Although they can both play as anything. They just represent
Yeah, it's just a variant to make them a bit different. Makes sense.
Yeah, but as we found out in season 1, there was an equal number of players because I think no faction was a lot cooler than the other or much stronger than the other or had some kind of obvious advantage over the other. So that's why players went for both sides sort of equally. Yep.
Awesome. So do you want to show us? Let's change up the scenery a bit visually here and move forward. So the players joined, they've gone through Discord and they've been assigned a faction or picked one or whatever, and now they're here. What happens?
Well, you move forward. Before you move forward, sorry, let's not rush it. There is a servant of Odin here. You don't have to actually read the dialogue, but he gives you the backstory, which kind of what I was explaining to you before. Yeah, you can kind of skip it, okay? And then there is the rules keeper, where you get the rules of the server, the gameplay, what you can or cannot do. the spirit of the server. Players don't have to read this right here. They can also read this on Discord or in their faction camp. But it's also available here. And once you're ready, you just move forward past the gates. And it's time to choose a faction. So
yeah, this is the moment.
yeah, so on
Perfect.
Discord you got approved for a certain faction, usually the one that you sign up for. Yeah, and you choose it right here, and you click Enter World.
So okay, you choose the faction with the right or the left fire, and then after you've chosen the faction, then you interact, and you can go to the base camp.
Exactly.
Cool. And by the way, I made a new character when I started the stream, so that thing you showed me with the map earlier isn't on this character anymore, and it has a cleared map, just so you know.
I'll give you a new map now.
So
Welcome
now
to
we're in
base
one of
camp.
these base camps, and I remember this from before. These are kind of like if any of you listening have played other MMOs or PvP types, they'll have like a battleground. And Battle for Valhalla, to me, it's kind of like a bunch of battlegrounds on a whole Valheim world that lasts for like weeks or however long it lasts for. It's like really, really, really unique and really cool. And this is one of the base camps. Do you want to tell them about the base camps and what they do?
Right, so each faction has its base camp. This is the Dragon base camp. Let's give you the map again so you can understand where you are. Read the map. Right.
Okay.
So since season 1 already played, many players already know the layout of the world. There is no need to hide it, right? And we can open the map. And,
I have it open now.
and you can see that you are on the northeastern side of the world.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty much parallel, right? So it's kind of like this is the dragon's side, and it's kind of similar in layout, and then that's the wolf side, and it's kind of similar. Is that right? I can see it's not like a direct mirror, but more or less the land looks pretty similar.
Kind of mirrored, yeah, it's true. Yeah. So we wanted to give them a balanced start, right? So it was important to create some kind of a mirror. And then as you progress in the game, in the server, there is some differences to the progression in terms of like the biomes. A little bit different. Maybe in some phases, the dragons feel like they have a better advantage, but then it evens out. With the wolves have some other advantage. Not necessarily like that, but in general.
There's an ebb and a flow. I understand.
Yeah, exactly. But let's understand what's in the base camp. So you first land in the base camp, and there's a bunch of stuff to do here. This is going to be your default spawn point, which means if you die without a bed, you're going to be teleported here. Yep, this is your new star temple from now on. Right? And as you can see, you have the quest guy that you can actually speak with, and he gives you some early directions. Gives you a mushroom too. All right.
Very important.
Yeah.
You gotta get some food.
Yeah, so this is also a bit of lore, and your first quest is to speak with the dragon ward. Right? We can do that first. Right? So he sends you here. This is the barracks or the inn, let's call it. Right? There is no ward right now. I'll put one. There will of course be one when the season begins.
So it's sort of as if I'm visiting the inn, and then to sign in as a guest at the inn, I go here and I would type ward when it's there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, hold on, let me ignore this, right? Right. So now we have a word.
So I just
and you can type word.
war. Oh, is it? Did it have to be all caps?
No. Oh, maybe the script isn't turned on right now. Let's give a disclaimer to the viewers. We're now in testing mode. We're not live yet, so a bunch of things might not be functioning on this stream, right? Like how you're doing this, for example. But it definitely
Yeah,
works.
that's fine. So just so they understand, normally they would come up here and they would use a say command, and then once they do that, what happens?
Once they do that, they get added to the ward here. As you know, in Valheim, usually wards you have to deactivate, and somebody has to.
Yeah, got it. So
log
it keeps the
into
ward
ward.
active and adds them to it.
Exactly.
Got it.
And this ward is only for dragons. We have two types of ward. There is this one, and I have to turn the thing again. But this is the dragon
and the
ward.
wolf
So
ward makes sense. There's
and
a
the wolf ward.
variant. The players are
Exactly.
used to the Valheim one, but you've replaced that with a variant for the wolves and a variant for the dragons, because the ward dynamics is a big part of like blocking one team from doing something when the others has the base and that kind of thing. Is that right? It's used.
Yeah,
The wards are
exactly.
used everywhere, right?
Exactly. It's here to teach you how to use it, of course.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Right. So we are in the inn, or the barracks, as you want to call it. And if we move in, we see that we have some kind of a hotel here. All right.
Oh, this is cool.
All right. So normally you would have lots of beds and players can just lock into one, but we wanted to make it a bit more
Repeatable.
repeatable, but also more efficient. So why don't you put your name in one of these signs?
Oh, you put it in the sign itself?
Yeah. Just type it in.
Wait, how do I adjust the sign? I can there we go. I had to walk away and walk back for some reason. That was weird. Oh, that's cool.
There you go. So this is your bed, and this is your personal chest.
That is nifty. I like it. Also makes it feel like, I don't know, for me it felt like I just pulled this out of the wall, like one of those Murphy beds, you know what I mean? It's funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
cool. So they set their hearth here. Not their hearth, their spawn point is here, but then they can also use this mechanic and it's here, but I'm assuming this mechanic maybe is elsewhere as well, and that's how they can change where their spawn point is.
Only in the base camp you have this mechanic.
Okay. So the other team has it,
chest.
and this team has it, but our other
Yes.
bases don't have these.
Yeah,
so
only
it's
the base
exclusive
camp.
for the-
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. So yeah, the main point is the chest, of course. So you can keep your valuable items in there.
Where can I get some clothes?
Ooh, yeah, you need some clothes. Hilly, do you have his chest?
Yeah, the budget is a bit more. Not as usually close. Give me a second.
So how is it handled when, like, 'cause obviously we're streaming here and I'm showing things off, but when a new player joins, do they like start naked and then go and get gear? Do they start and you guys give them some stuff? How do you handle that part?
So yeah, you start naked, and you basically don't need to be provided much because, well, let's say from perspective of a new player
Part of
who
the
joins the
gameplay.
fresh. Yeah, it's part of the gameplay. You're still playing Valheim in the end. You need to get your own gear. However, if you're playing, let's say, a bit far into the season, let's say you joined after a week, right? There's already going to be lots of gear laying around, and because you're part of a faction that works together, then they're supposed
people
to
help
actually
you out then.
provide for you. Yeah,
Makes
maybe
sense.
not the best of gear right away, but they're going to help you to get some better stuff. Because you need to actually be on the same level as everybody else. If we are 2
Yeah,
weeks
it's in their
into
best
the
interest.
yeah, you can't be running around killing deer too much, right? Obviously. But let's continue with the base camps and see what this is all about here. Right. So this room right here, probably the most important room in the game. On the server. That's the war room or the portal hub. And you're personally very familiar with this
Yeah, I
with this
remember this.
place. You kind of helped me early on to build it, the script for it. And each one of these is the portal to a castle. So we have 14 castles on the server, which of them are free cities, so large castles, and the rest are small, medium kind of castles. And once your faction controls one of them, this fire is going to be burning, and you'll be able to teleport to that
So
castle.
right now, nobody controls anything, and that's why all of these are out. But if
Exactly.
they were burning blue, it would be the wolves, and if it was burning red, it would be held by the dragons.
Exactly. And if you speak to one, you will see that you click teleport, but it tells you currently not under our faction's control.
Yeah, so you can only teleport to a node that is held by your faction.
Yep. And players cannot build their own portals. It's like a no portal server, you could say. But that's the point of the PvP. The main aspect is to control nodes, to control access point that you can teleport to.
Yeah, it makes sense. And that
Yep.
makes people actually, because what you want is to get the players to like run at each other, but getting them to actually do that is tricky, right? Because they're gonna try and like build things and bypass that. So you have to make it so the path of least resistance is fighting each other directly, and that's what you guys do a really good job of.
Yeah, that's what the whole server is about, is to find friction points. We're gonna see it as we progress with our tour of the server, that everything is designed around that. Because if you open the map, you can already see that the world is half size. Right? It's 50% of a typical Valheim seed.
Ah, you mean the radius? So it's got a 5,000
Yes,
radius instead of
already.
10,000? Ah, I didn't know that.
I think it's 10 instead of 20, I think, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Or 5. No, you're right. It's 5. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, circumference, radius,
Yep.
diameter, whatever.
Yeah.
All the things.
And big part of it is ocean too, right? So when you're just talking about land mass, there is a high probability of encountering an enemy out there.
Yeah,
Especially if there is 30 people on the server, 40, 50, right? So your chances to encounter an enemy are higher, but still, we have to find ways to create friction points for players to encounter each other and PvP. Or even if they don't PvP, I mean,
Like
you
a
want to
choke
build
point?
that tension. Choke points, points of interest, kind of quests that people do, content that where people are interested in and they're gonna meet each other at. Right. So just to wrap up about base camp, you also have Haldor here, right? For easy access, and you have a little bit of chill zone where you can also cook.
Yeah, so the base camp has like the stuff you would imagine. There's some places to prepare food, there's places for bed, and it's your home central place. Makes sense.
Yes, and here is a new feature we can expand on later, but you see this, there's a cauldron here,
Huh.
which is actually a box.
I recognize these. I saw Zeal sending screenshots when he was working on it. Yeah, this is super cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah. So you have this all over the server. We basically decided that in points of interest, such as the base camp and villages, you're gonna have the crafting stations pre-planned, and they will just auto upgrade together
So
with the
as
world. Like,
as you get it higher, oh, and that's really cool because like, so I came over here, right, and I see the crates, and I look at them, and it shows me unseal, and it talks about world levels. So just by having these here, you're starting to prepare the player for the fact that they can upgrade the base, although they don't realize it yet. Makes sense?
exactly, because this base they cannot build in here. This is a no build zone. You cannot add anything to this base camp because you're
And
meant
that's
to
just how
venture out.
the points of interest are, right? There are places that you can build, but it's
Yes.
controlled, right? So you guys decide, does it make sense for people to be able to build here for the fun of everyone or not? And then you act accordingly. Is that right?
True, true, because it doesn't make sense to build here. Otherwise, what's the point of venturing out and capturing areas, right? Like, for example, you don't have a black forge here, right? You will need to venture out to a new castle to be able to have a black forge. And that already puts you at risk because what if this castle is captured and you lose your black forge, right? So
Yeah, makes sense. So the
yeah.
basics are here, but the advanced stuff is available in other places, and that creates like the ability to lose those things to the other faction.
Yeah, we have a few intros to other things at the base camp that players understand from. One of them is right here. This is a completely new thing for season 2. You can join me here at the right here.
Oh, it looks like a siege workshop. That's cool.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, siege. Okay,
That's what
I
it is.
hadn't read the guy's name yet.
Yeah, Hilly, you want to elaborate on this one?
Yeah, sure. So this, what you see, is a raw learning from season 1, where we learned that sieges need more structure. So we begin to thinking about what is happening in sieges. Even from real life, what is usually siege camps have been deployed. So we started a system where siege camps are implemented for attackers to attack an castle. The siege master is telling you about stuff, how it works, and more about it we can show later on. And this is what it then is. In the siege camps, you build, you have the ability to build the siege weapons, catapults, rams, to go through enemy defenses and break into it.
Ah, that's really cool. So instead of having to just like, it starts with the catapult or getting it, you have to make and protect the siege camp to be able to use the siege stuff, right? So that makes it so they can prioritize, you know, dealing with the siege camps, I assume.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah, this Siege Masters is here to explain to you how the whole thing works. Like, he's basically a guide to siege camps in general.
Yeah, so you ask him, gotcha, and he explains the different nuances of it. Okay.
Yeah, this is to help players understand the basic fit. But we are going to actually experiment with this ourselves, so you will get to know it firsthand
Awesome.
later on. Yeah. If let's venture out a bit just to see the outside. All right, we have another guy here, but let's wait with him 1 second. We can get a better view over here. Right. So this is our port.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yeah, and down here we have sort of a mock-up village. All right. It doesn't spawn any resources or something important, but over here is the command house. And let's talk a bit about the leadership. Every faction is going to have a faction leader and a group of officers. It's going to be between 4 to 6 officers. We will see how it works. And the faction leader. Their job is to help synchronize the operations. It's not a simple gameplay, I would say. If you think about it, to win as a faction, it's not just about PvP, right? It's not just about
Logistics.
putting up the siege camp and fighting, right? There is
organizing people.
Yeah, organizing. And now Doc here, he was the faction leader of the Bloodfire Dragons in season 1. And he can maybe give you a little bit of overview of what it is to actually manage a faction. Doc, you want to weigh in?
Yeah, so in season 1, being a faction leader was quite a bit of work, answering everybody's questions, really guiding everybody, telling people what to do. People really look to you for direction, and having officers was a huge help. And as they learned how the server works, they were even a greater help later on in progression. So it's really important that you have good communication with your officers, and they understand what they can do, so they don't have to, ask a million questions to their leader, because that takes a lot out of you. But yeah, it's really all about good communication, working together, and delegation of responsibilities too helps a lot.
But beyond that, Doc, like when you look at managing a faction, there's different layers that you had to deal with. Like not just the PvP, but also the economy, the resources, logistics, base building, right?
Right. So yeah, definitely there were some things as faction leader I told my members not to do, like adding any additional defenses to our bases, because they could end up hindering the base's defensive design. Stuff like that, I definitely needed to ask permission to do. Like gold, we wanted to stock up gold for the faction. So, like, members would give gold to either the officer or the leader, and we'd stockpile it to buy important things that would help everybody in the faction, like the Megan Yord and Hearthstones and things like that.
Like a guild.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's important to emphasize that the leaders don't have like some absolute authority over the players. They cannot order you what to do. We give some freedom to the players to do what they want. So you do have to be smart about it. Like create good missions for everybody. Like, hey, today we are hitting this place. Today we are going there. Maybe you'll take the stuff from that castle and ferry it to the other castle. And meanwhile, we're gonna go there and do this.
You gotta make sure they want to listen to you.
They do listen to you. They do listen because I think people who join this server in general, it's what they're looking for.
So you're saying they like it when there's more direction over which tasks they could do.
Yeah, they're asking for it.
Okay, that makes sense.
If there is a shortfall of that, like maybe they're not sure what to do, then people are starting to ask for it. Like, hey, what do we do, right? So as an officer, you need to have some initiative, right? Like you see an opportunity and you say, hey guys, let's take 2 people and go there and do that thing. Meanwhile, the other group is doing something else. So it all has to work in cooperation, in unison. So
that's so cool though, because it's like you have a leader class, and they'll have a different gameplay that is more like how in actual life you have to kind of, like if you have a group of 10 people who are trying to accomplish the same task and you just leave them to their own devices, they're going to get in each other's way as often as they help each other out and struggle to like move as a cohesive unit, right? So you have to have individuals who people will listen to so that it works just like in real life. So I think that's really cool. It's an interesting thing to lean into, like you're describing.
Yeah, and we added something for them to want to listen to them. Hilly, you have the staff?
What?
Because you're not a officer, right?
It's a fancy looking staff.
Exactly.
Right. So yeah, now we added officer staffs that only officers can use. Each faction have their own staff.
It wasn't. Oh wait.
Yeah, I see Hilly's got. That's what this like.
It's
it's
where
like-
Wolf
it's-
Fleet.
Now Wolf Fleet.
Ah.
Okay.
Cool.
Wolf Fleet itself. Right. So and this staff is only going to work on whoever is a wolf. All right. I'm gonna make myself a dragon officer. 1 second.
Oh,
I think you did not get
Something
affected by it, right?
I saw things on my character actually.
Yeah,
Something
saw the
happened.
thing on this character too.
Right. So
Oh, and now
basically,
yeah, it said wolf growl, and it was crossed out.
Yeah.
Ah, so you can make like, they like, are you buffing me or is it? Am I
Yeah.
the enemy? So you would hurt me. I don't remember which.
oh, he's buffing you.
Ah, okay, got
It's
it.
a buff.
That's cool.
He's buffing you. Exactly. So these staffs, they're different from each faction, but they increase your regeneration and other things.
Gotcha. So the officers can make you a better fighter, and like that gives you a reason to be around them because they'll increase your performance, basically, or they can. And so there's
course, yes.
There's a chat question, real quick. Christian Ramsey asks, "What different officer types are there?"
Sure, let's elaborate. The types are dynamic. It's up to the leadership team to decide together what type of officer you are. Naturally, each player or officer is better at different things at the game, and I'll emphasize that some players are not here just for PvP; they're for the whole thing. So some officers, they are very good at managing resources and storage, right? The storages and logistics of it all. So that will be their focus, like a logistic officer, right? He can still do PvP, he can still raid, but that's his focus. Another officer can be, the PvP master, right? He wants to do the siege camps, the catapults, tell people where to attack from, right? So that will be his focus. What the
That's
faction
cool.
leader does, by the way, the faction leader in season 2, his job is to coordinate the officers. He's not some supreme leader that tells everybody what to do. He needs to divide the workload. Like Doc said before, it can be intense to be an officer, so they divide the workload between them.
Yeah, you
So-
want to make sure that it's fun. That's something I've noticed before with when you're doing an experience for many people. It's very easy for the people who manage the server to get really burned out, and then ultimately that's not good because then the players are affected by it. So I understand exactly what you're getting at, because if you have it so all of that pressure is on one person, that might work for a season, but in the long run, it's not going to keep people around for many seasons. You need to make it so that the work is spread in a way that they can still have an enjoyable experience and not feel like they're just, like totally overwhelmed and responsible for everything and everyone's asking them. And meanwhile, all the other players just get to play, right? So that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
I think that's a good way to handle it.
Exactly. Yeah, burnout is the enemy. We want to prevent it as much as we can. It naturally happens to some people, but if we divide the workload well, then everybody can do what they're good at and do what they like to do.
Makes sense to me.
I think we should move on, like to the core of the game, which is the castle siege. I think see what castles are about. How do we siege them now in season 2? How do we defend against sieges? What do you say,
Yeah, it sounds good.
guys? Which castle should we go for? Maybe one of the cities.
Now this with a good castle to show off would be. Let's go to Haradin.
Haradin. Okay. All right. So I'll warn you in advance. now the main change about capturing castles for the first time is that they are a PvE challenge, right? Every castle, almost every castle, is now occupied by monsters.
Oh,
you first
interesting.
and you have to siege the castle to take it from the monster,
I like that.
right? For the
That
first
sounds
time.
very
So
Valheim appropriate.
yes, and let's compare the experience from season 1. Hilly, can you teleport JP to you?
No, I hope so.
Yeah, just find the right position. Maybe you should get some food because he.
Yeah,
I have
food
honey
for
too.
him. Summon.
Right, meat platter. Take a meat platter. No.
I can't
pick it up,
summon
bro.
him.
There we go. Now I
Not
got
yet.
it.
And maybe some good sword. Level 9 black sword. Black metal sword. Yeah.
Nice. Got it.
All right. Okay, we're gonna go to Paradine Watch. That's in the Black Forest.
I can't summon him. Any solution to quickly place a portal for him?
Once you can spawn a portal.
Okay.
I've always wondered
BFE JP.
what course is that? Like, why? So I've noticed the same thing sometimes.
Yeah, just add him to the group.
When I try and like go to a player, you know how it like auto completes? Sometimes it sees the people and other times it doesn't. And I used to think it was just proximity, but I haven't figured out the pattern. Hey, nice. Now I'm teleported.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
You got him.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you can open the map just to show people where we are. Right. So you are now down
So like on
south
an
from our
island
base
south
camp.
from the home base, right?
Exactly, across the ocean. So normally this is a place that you'd be capturing, let's say, around Elder. And let me just make an important note that the boss progression is going to be limited by real days, right? It's not as soon as you can get to the boss, but Ektir is available on day 1, the Elder on day 2, I think Bone Mass on day 5. So players have to wait real days to get to the next boss. So you can't just rush the map and do everything, right?
Makes sense.
So
Yes.
here we have the camp ruins. It's a siege camp ruins. They're the indicator that you can build a siege camp here.
Ah, and that's why Hilly tossed me this stone siege camp.
Yep. Ray, can you give him the officer role? Because this is also a thing. Now, near to the officers, they are the only ones who can build a siege camp, so they initiate an attack and go forward.
It's turned off right now, but I will make him an officer anyway.
Okay.
And you see,
wait.
JP has joined the leadership of the Bloodfire
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah, just let me turn on the restriction. Wait, released.
It was off. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So I have
which
this
camp
stone
did you give him?
siege camp thing.
Stone Siege Camp. Before you spawn it, let's just look at the item to understand what this is. This is a Siege Camp kit, right? So normally in Season 1, what players would do when they wanted to raid a castle, they would have to bring so many materials with them, right? Doc, how was it to actually organize a raid in Season 1?
It took a long time, a very long time. Like getting your faction to the enemy's gates took quite a while. Organizing, having somebody bring all the siege materials. Sometimes it'd be miscommunication. Sometimes
You
quite
forget like
messy.
a main thing. Oh god,
Yeah.
that would be horrible. That must have happened because that happens so much in normal Valheim. Did that happen?
Oh yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
Imagine that you got everybody organized for a raid. You get to the spot. You want to spawn the siege weapons, and somebody forgot 1 bronze or something like that. Right?
Yeah. So you can't build a forge or whatever.
Yeah, the plans were canceled. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. So we said, I mean, this cannot happen like in reality. I mean, this is impossible, right? So we came up with a concept of kits, and specifically you have siege camp kits, you have siege weapon kits, you also have ship kits. You can also spawn ship as a kit.
Yeah,
It's kind of like if I just toss it out of my inventory, it
Yeah.
just builds.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
use the hammer to build.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah, they are like the new crafting
Whoa,
material
wait.
for it.
Yeah, if you open your mist.
Oh, okay, I get it. I thought that I would toss it out of my inventory, but that's inconvenient because they can be stacked. So this makes sense. So they are the material, so that I can then place the trigger for the camp itself. Did I do
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in your misc. Yep. You see, you have the
that?
stone
So
siege
do I have
camp.
to like line it up, or I can like put it over here, or like?
You
Ah,
have to-
okay, so got it.
No,
It's
that's it.
telling me.
Yeah, also when you hover over the fire.
Ah,
will
okay, so
see
I align it. I
that-
line it up, basically.
Yes, here we go.
okay.
There we go.
That's so cool. Dakar would have liked that. I just heard that. I don't know. It probably didn't go through the stream because I have my Valheim's music really low. But it went like, Siege Camp is deployed.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
sounds. Cool, right? All right. So this is the stone siege camp. It's the, let's call it level 3. Of siege
Yeah, and they're
camp?
siegeable, so they're destroyable.
Yeah, but they do have higher health. So all the pieces here that you see, they have their own health, not their native
Yeah, they're
vanilla
Yeah,
health.
you see I could slam it with a siege sword and it's still sustaining it.
Yes, it's meant to be besieged by siege weapons or by some strong melee weapons.
Gotcha.
Right?
So it has so much
So-
health that normal weaponry will not be effective on it. You need to use something that does a lot of damage to be able to actually make an impact.
Right. And in this case, this camp is quite expensive to make, right? Somebody has to gather lots of materials but in the convenience of his base, right? And craft a kit for this. Obviously, this will take a lot of stone, lots of food and other materials.
I
as
can
well.
see how that takes out the frustration of the loop and makes it so once they prepare the materials, then they got the thing. And then nobody can forget 1 bronze or whatever, as long as you have the kit. And that's easier, because, like, remembering one thing, that's gameplay. Having to remember 84 things and being, severely punished if you remembered 83, it's not fun, right? So I that's a fantastic idea. Great way to handle it.
Now, let's understand what this camp is about, right? What do we actually need it for? First of all, the function, the defense. So, season 1, let's say that you got to the raid started. Obviously, the enemy faction, the defender faction, they want to counterattack. They want to get rid of your spawn points, etc. What players would be doing, the attackers, they would put their beds in, funky places and hide chests and really just be too sneaky about it. And we thought that in real life or even in fantasy, right, you'd have some kind of a siege camp, right, when you attack a castle. And it makes sense because you need to be able to defend yourself as you respawn, because one wave of attack is usually not enough to take down a castle. Players die, they respawn, they need to maybe spawn new siege weapons, refresh their gear, have another wave. So that's where the siege camp is here for, to give you the lifeline to support your assault on the castle. I mean, it makes sense. People can understand that.
Yeah.
And if you go back down here, you have this piece called the siege table. It's a crafting station. You cannot craft anything in it, right? it's more like like the stone cutter
Yeah,
that
it
allows you
enables the
to.
building.
It enables the building of siege weapons. So
Okay. Makes sense.
as long as this thing is around and you're in its radius, you're able to spawn a catapult or a battering ram.
Yeah, I
You
see. It says siege
also
table.
exactly. And the goal of the defenders is to destroy this siege table. If they
Oh, yeah, so they don't have to destroy the whole base. They just have to get in it and destroy that part, and then
exactly,
it's
Yeah.
just a camp.
exactly.
Yeah, and this makes it interesting because you actually don't have to go. You can also try to position a catapult in the way that it shoots on the table.
Yeah,
That'll
but
take a lot
that's
of
like
skill.
it takes skill. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, but catapults can reach inside here and do some decent damage. You also have the beds inside the room here. You have the beds, you have containers
Yeah.
for players. And important to emphasize that it doesn't drop loot, right? If I destroy anything here, it's not going to drop the materials.
Yeah, you got to get the
Right.
materials through the gameplay.
Right. And of course, you got the forge, the workbench. You need to repair stuff, build something. You get rested buff
Yeah,
inside.
and this is where I
Yeah,
build the
yeah,
stone
about
siege
rest.
camp. I see.
Yeah, about rested buff, we have also a new thing about it. Because in the hurry of a battle, then sitting for 30 seconds waiting for rested is kind of long. So we
Yeah.
created the Viking horn.
Now wait, before you.
Oops. Yeah, I clicked before I heard before.
Okay. Nice.
What were you
Now,
gonna say?
yeah, it casts rested on you and other players,
Oh, so it's like a group rest buff. That's awesome. Good idea.
Yeah.
but only to your faction. This is how you let the enemy know that you're coming to destroy them.
Yes.
Now, if you toss it over to me, right? I think it's gonna play a different sound.
Got it. So yeah, there's a sound playing that when you use it, it gives your faction nearby the rested buff, but it also makes a loud noise that people can hear. So they're like, "Why are you getting a rested buff? Are you nearby?" Is that the? So I didn't hear
Yeah, I
anything, but
mean-
that's probably because I have my Valheim volume set to like 5%.
Let me try again. Did you hear it?
No, but again, I don't think it's because it's not there. It's because for the recording, I have to make sure your voices are way louder than any ambient audio, so it's set
Oh.
really, really, really low, so they
Wait, but
won't hear.
but when you blew it, you didn't hear the noise.
No, but I don't hear the.
It's a
sound very
Viking
much.
horn, dude. It plays a Viking horn.
That's really cool. Yeah, I didn't know
You
that.
thought
I thought I was just drinking from it, but it plays the actual like horn sound. Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There are two different sounds, one for wolf side, one for dragon side. So when you spend attention to it, you can also detect on range which horns are be playing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. Let's get to the actual siege. Right. So we're gonna siege a castle now, and see how it works. Now, JP, you can spawn for us a siege weapon, a battering ram.
Yeah, okay, so I have to be in range of the siege table, and then I make the thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Ah, damn people.
Exactly.
These spikes are the other way. That's cool. I've never seen that before.
Right. Now you can grab the ram and see what happens when you grab it.
Oh, yeah, I got a little buff. Now I'm a
You have a
ram
buff.
holder.
Yes. So I don't remember the exact stats right now of the buff, but it gives you more shield skill, more blocking skill.
Yeah, it makes you more tanky, because you're a target.
Yes, you're a big target. So in season 1, when you carry a ram into a siege, everybody's attacking you. Your chances of death are very, very high. So you wanted to improve your survival chance. All right, so let's head out towards the castle. This way.
Ah, I hadn't seen it yet. I see it now. I was looking other ways.
Oh, we need to clear the way. Zeal. Be a gentleman.
Oh
That's
yeah,
good.
and fuel the ram with the wood you collect.
Yes.
Ah, yeah. Oh, I have to do this. That's right.
Oh, there's also another thing, JP. I gave you a paraffin kit, I think. Can you deploy it as well?
Let's see. I have a Krafen catapult. Yeah, I see.
Yes, exactly.
Krafen. Let's see. Yeah, that one here. Okay, I just have to go closer. One second. Let me put this down. Oh,
Nice.
it's all trippy looking.
Actually, let's start with the Krafen instead of the battering ram. And
Yeah.
I'll hold the ram and you can feel more free. Take this off your
Yeah,
back.
this works. Then I can record you guys doing stuff.
Right, so we are attacking Haradin Watch. It's a Black Forest castle. It's occupied by monsters. And we are basically taking it for the first time. So it's a PvE siege, this one, not a PvP. And Healy just
PvE
positioned
where the other players could interrupt you.
yes, they can.
Gotcha. So it's like
can.
that's really cool.
It could be a PvPE, right?
Yeah, so like
siege.
someone could be lurking or something and then wait for you to clear stuff and maybe try and get the stuff or get the castle and kill you all or whatever.
Exactly. You see that it has the metal gates over there, like custom big gates of the castle.
Let's see. I see
Oh,
some kind of gate thing. I see like briars. I'll take your word for it that they're metal.
Yeah, and the castle gates, right? You can see them.
Yeah.
So these gates, they only take damage from siege weapons.
Ah, gotcha.
You cannot hit them with your axe and deal damage. You have to use a siege weapon, right? So, I mean, catapult is more for PvP, but just to demonstrate, right? This is the Krafen catapult, the white one. It's the longest range catapult, and it shoots multiple shots.
yeah, I think I have give you a couple payloads, so you can shoot by yourself if you want.
Ah, yeah, I have them right here.
Yeah, you can give it a shot.
And as you know, the usually catapults in Valheim, they are boring. Near to useless, and
Need more
so we
explosiveness.
tune them
Oh,
up
you made a lot of them. Oh, it makes a whole
Yes.
line of them. Oh, that makes it easier to aim. So the catapult does that thing where it like, oh, that's a good way to handle it. That's cool.
Yeah, it takes some skill though, right? To
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
nice,
like
yep.
the
Take out the
ones in
spawner, I
Valheim.
think. Nice shot.
Gotta aim it, right?
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of things like manipulation and the angle of a catapult to aim it. Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, I love the catapults. They're cool. And you like aim it and then it like rolls away and it's not the way you want it anymore. They're funny.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Oh,
That
very
looks
close.
cool. Yeah, that's very cool.
Where's
Yeah, I like the
ram
way you guys
gone?
did it in a line. That's cool. And I see all
Oh,
those
the ram?
Grey Dwarves. They're like, what you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, let's head to the castle and capture it. All right.
Oh, I got an axe now.
I'm gonna be with the ram. You can just move ahead. Right. So this is occupied by the Grey Dwarfs.
Oh, be careful. Oh, JP, I give you some better food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
So-
haven't been eating.
So different castles have different challenges. For the first capture, they're not necessarily difficult, or
It's
like
more
very,
about
very
like
challenging.
giving you something to do that can be interrupted, and a process, right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, just stopping you now. It's yeah, what is it? It is Black Forest, so like I think basically you could achieve this on day 1 or day 2. If you're really going for it, so maybe not even barely equipped in full bronze gear when you come here.
Oh, I think I'm missing wood in my battering ram. The other one has it. Okay. All right. So now we are blowing up the gates with our ram. So normally in PvP scenario, you'd have enemies, archers, maybe mages up on these walls, shooting at you. You have to suppress them. You have to protect the ram holder. Maybe replace him if he's on low health.
And it's a good way to introduce them to sieging because like the PvE siege can get them a little bit used to the mechanics because the PvP siege, like PvP is almost always really dependent on all the people kind of knowing the basics of what they need to do to have a good experience, right? So you're better equipping them for that PvP siege by having these are a more safer, easier thing to learn and get used to the dynamics.
Yeah, exactly. They also serve as tutorial for players as well.
Yeah, it's a good tutorial, good introduction. Obviously, for this one you wouldn't be spawning the stone siege camp, but you'd be going for one of the simpler ones, so you don't have to waste too many resources. And here's a question of economy again, right? Like, we are going to siege a castle. Which siege camp
which
do
is
we use?
appropriate.
Exactly. All right, looks like we can get in already.
Ooh, I love how it looks all overgrown. You did good job with that. That looks nice.
Yeah, there's another layer. Okay. So
yeah. Usually it would be more busy, but JP did an awesome shot on the Grey Dwarf spawner that none of them are spawning behind us and keep us busy. So
good job.
this is why like nothing is happening right now.
Oh, I hit something I didn't even know about. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but this is one thing. Yeah, you found out the cheesy way to go into here.
Yeah.
By accident. Yeah, but also the craft with the catapult you don't achieve at this level, so probably you won't be able to shoot it down.
No, it makes sense though. The way you guys did the catapults, like Valheim's catapults are easy to aim on the horizontal axis, but they're really hard to aim on the vertical axis because they have this like randomizing thing that they do where not random, it's like it'll either shoot close on target or super far away. So it makes it really hard to use the vanilla ones. But you guys are modded and everything, so you can adjust that, right? But the way that you made it so that it shoots them in a line means that you don't have to get the vertical placement perfect because there's 4 or 5 of them. So as long as you get that horizontal placement right, and that makes it more fun because it's easier to aim as a result. So that's a great way to do it. I'm gonna remember that.
Oh yeah, right. You're right. Yeah, you can just go in now.
Right, so when we are inside a castle and to capture it, we want to get what's called the power stone. Each castle has a power stone, which dictates who is in control of it. And
I love all these roots. It's so cool. It feels very much like we're taking this. The Grey Dwarfs had it, and there's roots everywhere. Like, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, I think the roots they are kinda. Oh yeah, I remember they are kinda designed that you have to smash them together. When you do it one-on-one, they probably stay forever. I remember now. Yeah, now got one. We have to combine our strength.
Come to me, JP. Right? You see, we have here The power stone
Ah, that's
behind
the
it.
crystal part. Yeah, very heavily
Yeah.
guarded.
Yeah, we want to clear all
Good
these.
use of these root monsters. They work quite well as like a stationary threat. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, also they have like a modifier that regenerates on them faster. This means they are basically immune to archery, so you have to fight them.
Yeah, that's a
Now,
good way
if
to handle
you
it.
look at the power stone, it's purple right now, which means it's neutral. Right?
Yeah, that means the
And
monsters have it, and we'll make it red
Yeah.
or blue.
Yeah.
And it has a health bar above it.
Ooh, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, you can start hitting it.
Oh, I got detected.
It's because we are here. And
Yeah,
I'm
you have
a dragon.
to capture this as wolf now. The dragons have to be
Oh, so
detected.
you just have to hit it a little bit.
Actually, no, you actually have to hit it a lot, but we just nerfed it for the purpose of the
Yeah,
stream.
for this. Okay, gotcha.
Right. So normally it's gonna take you a lot of hits to capture a
Ooh,
power
and it's the
stone.
portal.
And here's the portal. We captured it, and we can use it to get back to the wolf base camp.
I think I chose being a dragon, so
See, now I
Oh.
captured it as a dragon.
yeah, now I can teleport. Hey, that's cool. I teleported. I don't know if I was supposed to, but I did.
I think something happened when you signed in. I think because all of us were signing in together there, and something happened, and it's like you're not wolf, not dragon. It's okay. We are in testing mode. It happens.
Well, now I'm in the base camp.
He is a dragon. I
Yeah,
think
I got,
the
te-
script
I got
was like-
teleported to the.
Yeah, he is a dragon,
the
but
dragon
he
base camp.
received. Yeah, but he received wolf buffs. And anyways, it's testing mode.
Yeah, they won't even notice. Don't worry. I was supposed to teleport, and I teleported. So, from the viewer's perspective, it worked. You guys noticed something none of us noticed. So you'll deal with that. It's fine.
Yeah.
you can
Alright.
you can now go into the portal room and then you can show them the fire lead thing.
Ah, yeah. So when we came here earlier, the entire room has nothing burning, right? See? But then, now, Harridan Watch, where we just were, is burning, and if I interact with it, I can teleport to it. So we can go back. And this is something they've talked about that makes like this dynamic where there's incentive to like capture points on the way to the objective so that if you fall back, you don't have to like respawn all the way back at the base camp. You can respawn closer. Is that basically or not respawn, sorry, you can respawn at the base camp and teleport closer to the front. Is that accurate?
Yep. That's accurate. Let's see what the castle is about. So this is a small castle, right? It's basically a station, a raider. Who is a raider here? Maybe it's Yuzi. No?
Yeah, I think it's me.
Oh, okay.
And so just so the others know, sorry to interrupt you, Ray, but this stuff that we're seeing right now, it's basically a mechanism so that when a player attacks something, the other players know that something is being attacked, right?
Yeah. Right. So one of us is the opposite faction now, right? So we got detected. You see Hardin Watch is Dragon Castle, the red, and a wolf player entered its radius, so he's detected. And as soon as it happens, it says build and repair disabled, which means as long as there is enemy around, you cannot build and repair anything in your castle.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense. More of that making sure that people are put in a position where the thing to do together is to fight. Oh, it turned out that was really cool. Yeah, so you gotta like clear the...
Yes.
Sorry, that just looked like a really... I love little moments like that, where there's little things, and then the player feels like they're doing something random, right? Like, oh, I'm just chopping these, I'm just doing this for no reason. And then the game mode is like, I noticed you did that. It's on now. And I don't know, it does something in those moments, and it makes it fun. So I like that moment specifically with the campfire, where you chopped it, and then it turned on. It, like, did something to me.
Yeah. I love it too. Oh yeah.
Guys, sorry, I will be with you very soon. I'm gonna go for a bit, but you guys take over for now.
Well, good.
Okay. Yeah. Right now. So yeah, that's basically it. We can. One last thing show about the siege camp is the opposite when it gets destroyed.
Ah, yeah, when it's attacked. Yeah, that makes sense. Because we built it, so basically out in the world, there are certain areas that are eligible for siege camps, and officers can trigger the building of one. And then once that happens, then it's a target the other faction can attack. And if they destroy the siege bench inside of it, then it loses its main function, or does the whole thing? I guess we're about to find out what happens.
Yes. Yeah, so basically the siege table is here for you are able to place stone siege weapons. So this means when the siege table is destroyed, it basically use its purpose. And it will
Siege camp has been broken.
And
No
it-
longer be used.
I hear the voice. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. And wait a second, there's more. Okay. When you destroy it, prepare to run. Go out of the gate fast as possible when it's broken.
Oh, you destroy the siege
Yeah,
camp
no.
TNT. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So you hit it and then you run. Okay, so now
Run.
you run.
Run.
That is nice. Oh, that is a good looking explosion. Nice. You guys did a good job layering it with the piece removals. I didn't see the blinking, and we were in multiplayer, and it looked smooth. So that's good. Good job with that.
Yeah.
Very
So you
cool.
did fantastic with that. And now as you see, the siege camp location is back.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And-
so cool. So it's like 2 steps. That makes sense. So like they could, with a catapult, get lucky, but not just by attacking the same exact spot. They would need to like hit the bench and then afterwards hit the bomb thing. But only from a very specific. That's really cool. That was awesome, guys. Good job.
Yes, and there you also see a sink for materials like the siege camps. They're expensive and require farming. So, but the siege camp kits you don't receive back. So this means you have a sink for natural materials to go into it for it. So, which creates always a reason to farm like the basic stuff.
Yeah, and that gives the players who like playing on the world, but they don't necessarily want to duel or do PvP as much, but they still want to be around. They have something to do, and it's not just like, oh, you got some coins. It's like, no, they actually need the resources so that they can make the siege camps so that they can attack. And that, yeah, really cool. I love the siege camp idea. I see why you guys added it.
Yes.
Really awesome.
We all know, yeah. We by ourselves we are amazed by it and looking forward how good it will be in real action.
So, while Ray's away, is there anything that you guys want to share about what you learned from season 1 that is changed now in season 2, or something that has inspired you? And if you could, maybe make it a brighter time of day if you can, but not super important.
Sure. Let's do.
Yeah, nice, perfect.
Okay. Yeah, definitely something learned from season 1 is that they of course it gets foggy.
No,
Definitely
this is fine.
something learned from. Okay. Learned that it is something that came the longer the season was going on, that there needs to be more reasons to be active in the sieging game, because you have these moments. Both teams are geared up. They have big castles, but there are very less reasons to go for the raid and attacking them just for the fun for PvP. So we created also systems for that there is a reason in the progression to take control over specific sports. That leads to the late game tributes. You need to open key elements, and also we have another small system for it about cargos that gives players a passive motivation to capture castles.
Gotcha. So basically, let me know if I understood this right. In the first season, you found that people didn't have didn't always have enough reason to attack each other. Or I'm trying to understand exactly what you explained. I got the general gist of it, but
the thing is, we had good fights in season 1, but in general it was more like for the fun or like for the point we want to mess up. But we created it now this time that there are actually reasons you have to do. So
got it. Okay. Yeah, so basically what you were saying is that in the first season, for the fights to happen and feel right, they rely on the players just trying to fight each other for the fun of it. Whereas now you've made it so that there's actual incentives that kind of pit them against each other so that they can do it for the fun of it, of course, but also they're going to find it happen accidentally through just trying to play and accomplish their tasks. Is that more accurate?
Yes, exactly.
I think that's also using Ray's word, that's the friction points that we added to the progression and also the task that you will be doing during the season.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's exactly what Ray was talking about, how you have to make it so there's areas on the map. And in my head, that's just choke points, but choke points are just one example, one type of friction point, right? Because the choke point is when there's only one way through an area that people need to go through, so they get funneled through it. But you can also make something like, okay, if everybody needs this thing is in a pile right here, that's a friction point, right? Because people have to go to that specific place and get it. So basically what I'm imagining is that there's lots of these different things, and they're set up in a way that kind of like put people in situations where they're going to encounter each other, even if they're not necessarily trying to.
Yeah, exactly. This time we did it. Like what we found out, the most play activity is on planes level. So we mainly focused on the planes to create a choke point by cutting down black metal, which is the main resource everybody's hunting for, into a dungeon system.
Wait. So, black metal was say that again?
Yeah.
People wanted black metal?
Of course, people want black metal. So
that's so cool. Sorry, I'm just used to it. In vanilla, black metal is like the thing you don't give a shit about because you have so much of it. By the time you've used it, it just like accumulates, and people notoriously don't care about black metal and they care about iron. So I just think it's really funny that you had a situation here where people care a lot about black metal because that's the opposite of vanilla.
Yeah, it's because siege weapons rely on it. It's good weapons are relying on it, and so for the and it is not only black metal, it is also the planes progression that leads through a full choke point now. So, we should move to another place.
I think I get. So you were talking about planes and choke point, and now looking at the map, I think I understand what you're saying. Because the plains is like all in one area, and it's got like these steep mountains on both sides, it looks like. So it kind of creates
Mm.
this corridor. I don't know if that's. Let's just look at the map. That's
Yeah,
what I see.
yeah. On the map, it's a big plains in the middle, but even that we had to cut it down. Like there were too many villages. We all removed them and replaced it by a new dungeon system. Gonna show a bit. Don't want to spoil too much about it yet. Zeal, can you come to me and get JP over here?
Yeah, sure.
While they do that, Papa Doc, is there anything, if you're there, is there anything that you saw or learned from the first season that has changed about the second season that you want to share?
Yeah, so I think the officers will have the kind of like amount of officers will be improving the experience quite a bit. In season 1, we had maybe 2 officers on each side, and that really just wasn't enough leadership. There is a lot of responsibility for the leader. So I'm hoping the kind of like chain of command will be improved quite a bit. I think it will. I think it'll be a lot more seamless for the player's experience. Better leadership, better communication. I think that'll be improved quite a bit.
Makes sense. So just what you were talking about earlier, basically. That like you want to have it so that it's not all the extra effort that's not playing is just consolidated on one person. Instead, it's spread out better so that everyone has a better time. Makes sense?
Okay. Yeah, here we stand in front of the main choke point. Our knee. Oh wait, it should appear now. The Danmal. It's our new dungeon system for the planes to receive the.
Oh shit!
important
Sorry,
plane
everything
stuff.
just kicked in, and now I see all this stuff. Can you start over again? So this is the Denmol, is that right? Yeah, Denmol.
Yes, Danmal. This is our new dungeon system for season 2 about planes to create a choke points.
Yeah, they gotta go
to make-
down there.
You will be down there, but not on the way it seems now. But yeah, we create a choke point around the entire planes. There's splitted over a couple dungeons where players have to find out their way into them, but once they open, they unlock for everyone, so we don't have the
Interesting.
situations where some players can't get in because they haven't done the quest. And so the farming is for black method is reduced for just a few spots where open world PvP will has a much higher chance to appear. And also besides black metal, you can find good stuff. Oh,
Oops.
yes, this is the goblin defense mechanic over here.
Ah,
Don't
that
look
wasn't
at
just
them.
flashy. I saw some flashy lightning stuff, and I was like, huh.
Yes.
That was really cool. I definitely wanted to jump in there, but I was trying not to interrupt you, but then I died.
Yeah, I mean, nah, it's fine. Azir, can you call him back? I'll try to get his corpse.
Yeah, it tells me you're looting my tombstone. That's really funny. I might want to use that. That's great.
Oh wait, my inventory is full. This is yours. Oh yeah, this is essential. Yeah, exactly. This is the system and what and how exactly are they connected through different dungeons players achieve to go in and creating an open world choke point so players facing each other, what is one point also lacking in season 1 because we had so much room to farm that even that open world encounters, which are the most interesting part, you just chill in some out and then you get interrupted and have to fight for your life because you have some loot, maybe you lose then an hour of progress or something.
Yeah, and they can
And-
take it.
Yes, exactly.
Their progress now.
Yeah, and this is the fun thing about it.
This is a really cool dungeon. I haven't thought about doing a dungeon. I've seen dungeons where they're in the ground and it's a faked hole, basically. So you fall in the hole and then you get teleported into the dungeon. But I haven't seen a dungeon that's like a mound and then you go in from the top and like, it's really cool. I like like an open world dungeon. Or like I don't know how to put it, a dungeon in the overworld rather.
Yes, it is.
And so how did I get killed? Did a goblin throw a spear at me or something, or that lightning stuff killed me?
No, yeah, the lore is there's
Oh, they're the chain lightning's effects from the Ashlands. Okay, I get it.
exactly
Yeah,
the
so it
chain
hurts me.
lightning effects. They hurt you, and this is some kind of the lore that these goblins are. There's a new servant of Yaklus, and he's raised in a goblin army, and he's a magician, so this is some kind of self protection.
Yeah, that's how you explain it. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. What's next? Any questions from the chat eventually?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. I haven't actually had that open. Let's see. So if you're listening now and you have any questions, now is a perfect time to ask them. And just a reminder, you're watching an intro to the second season of Battle for Valhalla. And if you are interested, then all you have to do is join the Arena World Discord. You'll be able to find a link to it in the description of this video. But you can also go to the Arena World YouTube page and just find it that way. Once you're in Arena World's Discord, that's where you sign up for the second season and learn about everything. And you can also join them for their other PvP stuff, which is more like a smaller kind of one-off thing. I don't know how to explain it. Do you want to cover that, Hilly? What are the other things you guys do in Arena World?
Yeah, in Arena World for like 3 years now, we created game modes from all different kinds, took inspiration from other games and mechanics in Valheim, and look how do they work in a PvP context. So we have from simple dueling to crazy mechanics of the sneak-in mechanic, and even siege battle, which leads then to Battle for Valhalla, like having the experience from the big battles we had on Arena World, shipping over to an open world server.
Yeah, that's so cool. So for those of you listening, if you're interested in Battle for Valhalla, it's like a seasonal thing that's running and then stops running and they improve it and then they do a new one. But all the time they have Arena World, which is like loads of different individual PvP kind of mini games that you do with other people. So let's say you have 3 or 4 friends and you want to visit Arena World, you can go there and then kind of browse the PvP game styles they have and pick one of them. And they also schedule them, and you can learn all about that in their Discord. If you actually just go into the events section, then you'll be able to see everything that's upcoming if they have anything scheduled. But you can also just kind of talk to people in this Discord and ask, like, hey, you want to try this game type, you know, that kind of thing. Just do kind of spur of the moment stuff as well. So it's the place to be, really. If you have any interest in PvP in Valheim, they have not just one answer for you, but like loads and loads and loads of answers, and really good stuff. You guys do something very, very unique, and it's always cool seeing how it evolves and grows over time, because before it was just Arena World. Now you have this whole faction thing, and you've made a version of PvP for Valheim that people are actually interested in. And that's really hard to do because most Valheim players don't give 2 shits about PvP. But you figured out a way to make an experience that still keeps the parts of Valheim that they love, and the PvE elements, and the exploration in the world, and the building, and integrates it really well. So I'm very excited to see how this project will evolve over time, especially once you're in like season 5 and Valheim 1.0 is out already. It's gonna be really, really, really cool. So great job, everybody. It's really, really impressive.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you
we
very
are.
much.
Yeah. All right, you're back.
I'm back. Yes.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, I had to be off the PC for a bit, but I put the stream on the side, so I kind of followed. Right. So you covered the Denmal, and you got to this dungeon complex here where we have in the plains with the black metal. That's great. Have you covered the cargo missions when I was away?
No, not much.
I think we can take a look at villages and,
Yes.
Yeah, it
and,
sounds
and
good.
cover that as well.
There's probably enough
Oh.
time to show off, like, yeah, another thing or so. For VOD visibility later, the sweet spot is 90 minutes to 2 hours. So right now we're at 90 minutes. If the VOD is longer than that, it's not bad. It just doesn't. It passes the sweet spot and it won't get viewed as much, because basically people look at the stream and they kind of do this calculation in their head about how long it is. And as long as it's between 90 minutes and 2 hours, that's ideal. So just for your reference, Ray, I mean, you could go over a little bit. It's fine. I have a hard cutoff of 3 hours. I have to leave it like 2 hours, 45 minutes, something like that.
That's
I was
okay.
just letting you know the context, that's all.
That's okay. We just want to touch on some new features, especially for the people who are interested in this
Yeah,
stuff.
people watching now are dedicated. You can assume anybody at this point, they're committed because they're engaged in the live stream, they're watching it, and it's been going on for a while. So you can assume that you don't have to like explain the very, very basics of it, because we've all covered that. You are now talking to the people who are probably already playing or are or gonna sign up, just for reference.
That's true. So we've been to base camps, we've been to a castle, just one castle, and we have another type, which is the village, another type of settlement, right? So you have plenty of villages around the realm here. Villages can be spawn points, but you do not capture them. Right? There's no power stone. You cannot own a village. Villages have several purposes. They can be a spawn point, a crafting area. You grab quests from villages, and they service the in-between zones that are, maybe too far from a castle, but somewhere in between. And they give you better access to different PvE activities, and most of all to resource. Right? So we have 3 types of villages. There is the farming village, the lumber village, and the mining village. We are now in Skeldor village, and it's a mining one. See you, dog. Take care. And so Skeldor is a mining village, kind of a bit tucked in the plains mountain kind of thing, right? And basically, the purpose of resources in villages is to make it easier for players to gather resources, right? Rather than go all over the place and just farm different islands and biomes like you do in Vanilla Valheim, because we want friction points, right? So if we go down here, this is the mining area. There is another one on the right. This is actually also a quest area. There is a mine over there, but we don't need to go over there right now. Not necessary. And you can see we have this iron vein, we have tin. Around in some areas we have copper. Different villages will have different resources. All right, you don't have to go into this one right now.
Oh, but there is a mine you can go in? Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, but it's for a quest, so no need for it right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So technically, this iron vein, if I'm gonna mine it all the way, it's gonna respawn after a certain amount of time. I think it's 15 minutes, maybe 30. I can't remember right now.
So that's how they give replenishing access to resources. That's how the village gives resources. It has these nodes.
Yeah, exactly. No, but not only metals. If you're talking about a mining village, right? Every village also gives something else. A village is like a living unit that produces produce, right? Products. And you can see we have here this resources chest where I'm at. And you get some additional things here. There's a circling cores, some silver, other stuff. And it's randomized.
It's like accumulating, right? So I could loot this and then come
Yeah, it's
back.
not
So I could
accumulate.
like mine the stuff, loot this stuff, take it, and then come back later and there'd be more stuff in here. And it represents like what the village has acquired over time.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, it's not accumulating, it's just replenishing if you loot the whole chest. Also on the timer,
sense.
right? Yeah, so I mean if it was a farm village, you'd be getting more ladders, for example, from this chest. So this allows players to do supply runs. I can decide I'm gonna visit a bunch of villages in an area with my cart or with my ship. Gather as much as I can and get to a castle or the base camp or wherever and just deposit it. And who knows what happens along the way? Maybe I get attacked, right? Maybe there is a quest to do on the way. So this is the main function. The other function is quest. There are quest givers in villages. In this one, a bit less of quests. So they're not all over the place. But here is the new feature that we have here. And it's called cargo missions. Right, so right now it doesn't spawn right now because of the world level we are at. But let's have it. See, why don't you enable this one? I think it's higher for this one. Maybe 3 or 4.
Okay. Let's make it max.
I'll explain meanwhile. So cargoes are a new feature that spawns in villages. It's basically a big heavy chest that spawns multiple times a day. There it is.
Yes.
A new cargo has arrived in Skeldor. All right. And if you look at this chest, it
It's
says
like a chest.
Valheim cargo. Yeah, it's like the
Oh,
Hilder
yeah.
chest, but retextured.
Yes.
Right. You see,
Should I
it says
pick it up?
Valheim cargo. You
Yeah,
can pick it up.
Pick it.
Can pick it up. And it's too
Oh,
heavy.
cool. So it's like a Hilder chest, and it's it's super heavy. Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So you're gonna have to rely on a cart or a ship to get this one. Since we're in testing mode, they are respawning fast, but in live version, it's gonna be just a few times per day. There's gonna be a
That's
cargo
cool.
spawn.
That's a good idea. I hadn't
Yeah.
thought about doing something like that, where you make an item that's bigger than their max carry weight, so it's literally impossible for them to walk normally with it. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
not even
keep
a
that in
belt.
my back pocket.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
even a
for
belt
sure.
is enough for this one, right? But you see
Yeah.
that this chest that you got, this cargo is called Varghelm cargo, which means
Yeah, so it needs
that
to go towards Varghelm.
the castles. So villages, they supply the castles. You extract the cargo from the village to a castle.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then you do the point A to point. Yeah, because then they have to move something and travel, and then that gets
Yes.
them going towards the castles, which are like the more in demand areas. So it links the nearby villages to that. Oh, that is wonderful. That's super cool.
Yeah, and Hilly got you another one there in the cart. It's called the Vanguard chest, Vanguard cargo. It's a different city. So the system works like this: multiple times a day, there's gonna be a random type of cargo spawning in a random type of village. All right, so you don't know where it's going to spawn. It also depends on the world level, because we are in a more advanced area right now in this scale door. So until I think Bone Mass or Motor or something, you're not gonna see a cargo in this village.
So you have to
in
progress the world and then unlock it.
Right. So in the beginning of the season, you're gonna only have cargoes in the villages near to you, near the base camp. Right. So it's gonna be like more easy. But as the season progresses, more villages have cargo, and more castles being the destinations for the cargo. So what happens here with this cargo is that you take it to the castle, and there is an NPC called the Trade Master. And actually, let's go and do that. I
took the Vanguard cargo to Vanguard, so you can come to me.
Let's go to Vanguard City and actually see what happens in Vanguard. It's also interesting. So,
yeah, and by the way, hello to Durin and Dakar and Zeal. I know you're also here, but I'm just reading the names in the chat. And also WNTT, welcome. Raven 939, hello. Some of you sent a message earlier and I didn't see it. I apologize for that. Christian Ramsey. And then I saw Immunity stop by on Twitch. Thank you, Immunity. Some people see me on Twitch because I multi-stream and I get like a viewer there, so they don't know I'm streaming on YouTube. And sometimes they're like, oh, poor JP. It's pretty funny. Anyway, everyone, hope you're all doing well. And remember, you can comment any questions you want me to ask the team here. And at this point, we've covered a lot of the things, so you can look earlier in the stream. But we have some extra time and everything to cover anything you're curious about that we haven't addressed, especially if you're a new person and you're interested in something, but you're confused. Tell us, let me ask, so I can help clarify that, because if you feel that way, chances are other people feel that way as well. So make sure to speak up and ask questions if you have any. Otherwise, let's keep going. So, all right, here we are. We're at Vanguard.
Right, we're Vanguard City, and so Hilly dropped the cargo for you here. Assume you came here with a ship, or most likely with a ship. So you can pick up this cargo to your inventory.
Yeah. I see.
And here is the Trade Master. Each castle has a Trade Master who accepts those cargoes.
Okay, I have cargo to trade. Whoa, he gives me a bunch of stuff. Nice.
Yeah. From Vanguard, you get 1,000 coins, Flametal ore, refined ether, right? So this is like more like of a group effort, right? It's not. It can be done by one person, but it's more meant for, let's say, 2 or 3 people to do together. Maybe get a bunch of cargoes going, right? And deposit them all together. Since they are spawning randomly, you don't know what you're gonna get. I mean, Vanguard cargo could be only spawning a few times in the season, or it could be more. We don't know. It's random.
Yeah, so it could be other things. That's super cool. And then you make a dynamic where like you can have a team, like a duo, who goes around, and like you have the carter and the other person. I'm sorry about my chickens, by the way. They are you guys can probably hear them. My rooster is freaking out.
It adds to the vibe. It's okay.
But basically you can make like a dynamic where you're traveling, and that's something I've seen as a really shining moment in a lot of video games. Is like there's this problem that players have where they teleport from point A to point B and they skip everything in between, and that makes the game world fall apart. It doesn't feel like it matters anymore because you don't need to move things from point A to point B. This is why I'm always ranting about no map, no portal, and why I love it so much, because it makes the movement of material a logistical effort that actually matters and you have to think about, and it adds depth into the game world itself. So this cargo system you're explaining, like, oh man, I see why you made something like this. It's perfect to give people an incentive to move carts across long distances. And that's really something I personally love in Valheim, like making that incentive happen more. So really cool. Great work.
Yeah, that's the whole point. create interest, create convoys, maybe ambushes. You see that there was an announcement when the cargo dropped, so people will know, and if somebody's in the area, he might compete for it with you.
Yeah.
So
Also,
when there are those
also-
announcements, do those end up in Discord too?
They might.
If someone's in Discord, are there things that can happen in game that will notify Discord in some way, so like people know
Yes.
they're doing something? Is that a thing?
Yes, the cargo specifically, not yet. It might be, but other things do. When
Oh,
a
that's
castle is
awesome.
captured, when a castle is captured, it's announced in Discord. There are several events that are announced in Discord when they happen. Some things that I haven't showed you yet, so there's no context. But yeah, so various events do go to Discord, and players can know about it. And
Yeah, all the more reason that they need to join your Discord, because it's where they see the actual events and they can also get prompted to play. It's where they know other people are playing, right? So you can, ask if anyone wants to, do something specific on the map. Good stuff. Great stuff. And Dakar had a comment. I think you already responded, but I'll just read it real quick.
yeah,
So
I
he
can
was
elaborate.
saying, oh yeah, do you want to go on?
Yeah, you can follow me. Meanwhile, just you get some scenery and see what a city looks like. Right. All right. We're in Vanguard City. Yep. We have a banker here. Right. So yeah, the car said I was thinking about a neutral convoy that could spawn in the world, maybe carrying several of those boxes, pulled and guarded by a group of the Verger fueling. Now I know exactly why you're talking about this, the car, because you have this patrol system from Heim Divers where you made paths for different monsters, and we have not experimented with that yet. And I would love to try something like this. Maybe not the convoy, maybe something else that monsters can guard. We need to think how it works out with, like, let's say there is player built things in the world. Like, how do these paths work with them, that they don't collide or disturb each other? So maybe it's a different context than Heim Divers project, which is an awesome project, and you should check it out. Heim Divers by the car, really awesome. But yeah, I would love to play with pathing for monsters. We already have the PvE sieges.
You guys could do that kind of thing with the... So the pathing is unreliable. It's not like telling them, oh, okay, you're going to go to this point now. It's more like telling the mob, hey, if you don't have something to fight, head over that way. And what I've done a little bit in Enigma with something similar, because you guys have bases that the players attack with siege weapons. So you could make it so when the player attacks with a catapult, the monsters have their spawn point set to that catapult. Makes sense? So it doesn't have to happen to all of them, but it makes it so that then those monsters will start coming towards that catapult, even if they haven't heard anything, because it's their home spot, and then they'll get close and attack it. So maybe realistically a good way would be you react to the launching sound of the catapult or whatever by spawning some mobs that are extra that then have that as their spawns point, right? So then they're out of the castle and they kind of come as a raiding party to attack you from the outside. That's something I've learned from Enigma, that when you have the locations react to the player really likes that. It makes it feel like it's deeper and more interactive and makes the location more memorable. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We need to delve into that. Quick touch on Vanguard we can do. This is also a PvE event, and as you can see, we have this Diverger here. They're friendly, but you can't do damage to them. And they don't go aggressive, they don't take damage. All right. And if you follow me into the citadel of the city, see that we have the Power Stone is here, all right? It's captured, and there is a Lord of
There's a
Vanguard.
Lord. That is cool.
Yeah, and basically this guy, he owns the
even
city.
has a sitting animation. What?
Yeah.
That's
He does.
hilarious.
Yeah, he controls the city, and I mean, you can hang out here, but you cannot access the stuff, right? You cannot access the power stone or any of the chests or the coins, nothing, right? So how do you capture it? That's for players to find out.
I see. Okay, mystery.
A mystery, yeah. So why did we do this? For example, you saw the siege we did on the Haradin Watch with the siege weapons, and also here you have this event. In season 1, as soon as castles were open, players just rushed and grabbed the castles. There was no fight. It was just who got there first. And it's like kind of boring if you think about it. All right. So in this way, players also prepare, and the castles are not captured as soon as they are allowed to be. Like when this one opens, players will come here and they will not find out how to open it at first.
Yeah, they
You
have
might
to
actually
learn, or
have-
someone tells them. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, and they cannot
I
build
love all the
anything.
depth you guys have added. I can tell you really put a lot of thought into the gameplay itself that was occurring in the first season, and how to make sure that the problematic things don't happen as much and the more enjoyable things happen more. So very cool. Makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense. what
and
you're
you know, it's a
describing.
big process. It's a big thought process because anything that you think about, that you have a solution for, you gotta think 10 times how it's going to fuck up some other thing.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know that. I know that too well from Enigma. It's like, your solution is great, but how do you know that your solution isn't going to create 3 new problems?
Exactly. I mean, the siege camps that you saw earlier, they were revised multiple times. They worked in a different function before, but we just realized so many problems and just limitations of the game as well, because you're making a game within a game, so you have to work with what you got, right? So like the fact that you have to go to siege camp ruins and only place the camp there, it was born out of necessity, because if we do siege camps like free roam, just put them wherever you like, even with
all
some
those
restrictions.
resources.
Yeah, it caused different issues that could have maybe do more harm than good.
Ironically, or not surprisingly, the very same issues that Vanilla Valheim has in its gameplay loop. Like, you can't go in Vanilla Valheim and start and then just sail off in a random direction, because you have to get specific items in a specific order. And if you forget even one single one of those items, it is now impossible for you to progress. You know? So it makes sense that you encountered that, because it's an issue in the base game.
Exactly.
Or a
I want
feature,
to
I
show
guess.
you. I want to show you another feature we haven't covered. Something new that
Yeah,
also
sounds
kind
good.
of relates to the experience.
How about we finish up with that? Make sense? So you share this thing, and then if you want to comment on anything else or explain anything else,
I
or
would
do you want
really
to
like.
cover more?
I want to cover one very important thing. Since we are a PvP server, we spent the time to go over all items, all weapons to balance for PvP. This is something I want to cover.
Okay.
as
So you
well.
want to go over that?
Let's cover that instead. Yeah.
Well,
We really
we
can't
could do
go
both. That's okay. It sounds like you have 2 important things to cover, so
You know
we
what,
can do
I'll
that.
show you really quick. Let's just touch on that, and then we proceed to show you the item rebalance.
Yeah, it makes sense. You guys are, your customer. Because the PvP people in Valheim definitely, I mean, even that's something I've noticed when I mention PvP to people, they're like, but the weapons, like they talk about little things that I don't know anything about with the weapons, little nuances that matter a lot to you all.
Yeah, we should have touched on this earlier in the stream, but hey, we already passed that window. Right, so in Valheim we have a new NPC guild called the Root Keepers, and they're present in many villages, not all of them, many, and they're basically fast travel NPCs. They're teleporters, right? So far what you've known is that you can only teleport from castles to the base camp, right?
Yeah.
But and villages are in between. But the disadvantage of villages is that players don't often spend time in them because of the distance to the castle, right? And players prefer to be close to home. So we wanted to make the villages more accessible, and that's why we came out with these root keepers. So I think this one can work now. Sorry, I
So
got
they're
you
like Silt Striders in Morrowind. Like it's a fast travel, but it's not like you can just use it anywhere. It's like you have to come here, and then it takes you to a specific place.
Yes, they're a
right?
network.
Exactly.
They're a network. I took you to the wrong NPC because this is like an endpoint NPC. But basically, we designed a network of these root keepers between select routes. They don't just work by themselves. Players have to unlock them. So each one of them will have a quest. So when a player does the quest to unlock a route, this one goes to, if you speak with her, she will tell you she goes to Rootmere village.
Yeah, she told me the route and then says, with more supplies, we can establish it.
Exactly. And if you do the quest on the other side, not here where we are, it will unlock this route for everyone, for all the players. And it's going to cost a fee each time. So you might pay 10, 20, 30 coins just to fast travel. So it's not for free. But if you establish the route properly, then you can actually go through multiple villages to get really far away.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you basically you make it so it's a reward for gameplay that gives them basically, if they have the insight and they know where the things go, they can set them up so that they can go to places that they wouldn't have normally gone to because it's just too far away. It's not really in their route that the game incentivizes them to follow.
Yes, exactly. You unlock them over time, and then you have to you unlock the route. The more time you spend on them. That's
awesome. So there is other forms of fast travel then. It's not just the hub system. That's the main one. But then there's like secondary stuff that you unlock through resources. So that makes like a strategy, right? Of figuring out like, is it worth setting up those routes or doing something else? Very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. A little root keepers grant. So, that's all about them. And time to move now for the weapon balance. Recall we go back to the main camp. Think in Dragon you set up your beds. And okay. Zeal, can you get JP over here?
Yeah.
Just admiring the scenery. So Durin had a question, by the way. Do the leader staves need to be crafted and upgraded? Do they change along with the progress? Zeal said you will know when you play Winky Face.
Yeah, I think we should not answer that question right now. That's gonna be like some slightly spoiler. Let him play and then let him be.
Sounds like you're gonna find out, Durin.
Yeah. Let him volunteer to be the leader.
Okay. We're definitely not covering every single item, but the general idea on how we changed them. You find them in the chest. First thing, want to tell about the armor sets. Like if you watch the root armor set in there, this is what usually all players do: is grabbing the root harness and carry it even to Ashlands, because it provides such a good
Yeah.
passive with the pierce resistance.
Modern
So-
Valheim meta.
Yeah. Yeah, so in general, we thought about it, and we kind of like the bonus, but we acknowledge it is game breaking. So what we did on this is we moved the pierce resistance to the set bonus. This means you have to run
yeah.
in
Yeah, you have to wear
shitty
the whole
armor.
thing. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
That's a good,
If you-
honestly, that's probably a good way to handle it in vanilla too. I don't know, people love that, but anytime you have an early game powerful thing, it invalidates the other things that they could get. So it's not always good, right? It's really messy to balance. But anyway, go on. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is something we looked over in general about armor that provides a set bonus, looking how powerful they are in the early game and how useless they become in the late game, and balancing this out. So, like in the planes, we have the how's it called? The white armor set. So we buffed it so it even has can compete in the late game. And talking about the late game progression, you can watch over the carapace armor, and you see it gives a new bonus.
Maybe if I equip it. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see, I have the carapace helmet, the chest, and the legs. I don't see anything on the item tooltips though.
You don't see they reduce each piece reduce an attack stamina
Oh, attack
usage.
stamina! No, I did. I just completely overlooked it. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's big.
Yeah, and you see
Nice.
they only provide 30 armor. So this is something to the late game armor we changed in general. Usually you have the planes armor, and from that armor value just raise and raise and raise. But also we have different set armors that are around 100 armor. We decided that even the heavy armor sets, they become different. They get lowered in the armor value. Therefore, they provide other bonuses. So
Yeah,
to
that's a
fit your
great way to do
playstyle.
it. Oh, I mean,
So
that's a great way even
Yeah.
for the normal base game. Interesting. Because it
Yeah,
has the same problem you're describing, where the armor scaling creates this problem where it's really hard to balance it right. Because if the player has too much armor, they're immune to damage that isn't above a certain threshold. So it becomes like, if armor exists in the game that can make them immune to damage, then that is the armor everyone uses, and nobody uses any other armor. So basically what you're saying is you've leveled out the top tiers of armor, so they don't give you a lot more armor as the advantage. Instead, they give a variation or a buff or something that changes and gives you an advantage in a specific situation. Is that accurate?
Exactly. And talking about this, my absolute favorite is the flame tool, which also requires a special combination. Take out from the chest the tower shield, the spear, the flame tail gear, and the ashen cape, and equip it all.
Okay, I need the flame metal gear, the ashen cape. Hello, M2 Machine Gun, by the way. You're watching a stream about the second season of Battle for Valhalla, which is a faction PvP war in Valheim. You can learn more about that elsewhere in the stream. But alright, so I've got this carapace stuff. That's not what I want. I want the flame metal set, the flame metal tower shield, or the black metal tower shield, the spear, and then I think you said the ashen cape as well. Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So,
This looking right?
so yes, exactly. And now, when you look there on the bonus, you have one very special thing on your block stamina cost.
Ah, yeah. Block stamina cost minus 30. My total is minus 101%.
Exactly. But this is also in combination of the tower shield, which gives minus 30, and the spear. On the spear, it's because there was on the balancing part for weapons, where we go over them and we thought, okay, the spear.
Oh, so this is like, it's not a set bonus, but you've given benefits to the flame metal and to the ashen cape and these other things. So if you stack them all together, you end up with a build where blocking takes no stamina.
Exactly.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. This is. Oh yeah, nice. I see this already eager to attack you.
Hey, so M2 Machine Gun is commenting on Twitch, and he said, "Hey, are they using the talent tree? I'm glad they use my skills reworked, which I'm seeing." So it sounds like this is the guy who made the skills reworked mod.
Yeah. Yeah. We're also using the skills rework. Which will help by leveling up, because in the last season we also had the problem when players aren't that active. Raising up skills is tedious, especially when they are above 40. And
and then somebody who's playing all the time has a huge advantage, and you don't really want that. You want people to join and like do the battle for Valhalla stuff and like do stuff together or fight, not just like the one player who had the time to grind his skills to 100 all day did that, and now they could just floor anyone, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, like, you're not stuck in the late game with level 20 skills and thinking, yeah, man, I'm useless. So, it's much easier to level up this way and create more balance. For sure, you have less points with lower level available to spend, but you can focus on specific points. This is the part about sets. We thought about some weapons that are lacking in power to make them more useful. Besides that, the spears also receive some other buffs, like range increase and modification on its damage calculation, which is also then the next part. To all the known PvP players, swords are the real meta in melee combat. The stabbing
attacks. Is that because of their hitbox? It's like super big, or why is that?
Okay. Why is the sword so powerful is because of their secondary attack, which is fast and can be used very versatile. Like, you can combine it with jumps.
That's true. I've noticed that before.
Directions.
You can like run forward and jump and then click it, and it'll do the animation while you're running through the air. Yeah, that's really fun.
Yeah, and you can also flip around to steps behind you, and that makes it worse. Even with lags, it's terrible, and then it does ridiculous damage, which leads often to one-shots.
Gotcha. And so you're describing swords in vanilla Valheim, right?
Exactly.
And then, like, to give context to say what you changed. Okay, I understand now. I'm on the same page.
So this is what the vanilla swords are looking like, and we make changes all over the weapons, which are they're not only damage. So the swords, they're still doing decent damage. You're in God mode. Leave the group. And you see, like with my special attack, I can't pass your shield. Like you see your red stamina bar should be risen, but it's not much.
Yeah.
Then on the other hand,
So you guys
we
nerfed that basically to make it more balanced so the other weapons can
exactly.
actually hold their own weight.
Yeah. So what we know, so how we did it, we also looking on the stagger multiplier on weapons. That means like some weapons are better to crash shields, while others are like to hit hard when you hit the enemy off guard. Like for example, yeah, you see one hit, it staggers you, even if you have the shield up. You'll see I can crash through it in a couple attacks. Should be happen soon. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Show him the mace.
Yes, the mace is the ultimate shield cracker. I hope. I'm still on level 0 on it, but we'll see. It's pushing you far away. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm skill level 0, so you could imagine
makes
how
sense.
powerful it gets then.
So basically, you've looked at the fact that in Valheim, the game is made basically with absolutely no PvP balance between its weapons whatsoever. So that means that in actual PvP, there's basically just one or two options if you want to be the strongest and have the best weapon. So what you've done is, over time, flattened it so that there's advantages to using the different playstyles, and there's not just one dominating, like everyone uses this weapon. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, of course. We looking into different points of what are the playstyles to benefit and what and yeah yeah, because like I said, the sword is the meter. It did the most damage and is the easiest to use. And now we created more stuff where you have to look for like for example with the shield, you can block off swords now easily, but you can be cracked by other weapons. So you have even to watch out your opponent's weapons and even use multiple weapons, so depending on the situation.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's more fun. I think that's why a lot of games, they end up like, they don't balance perfectly, but they end up with like a rock, paper, scissors dynamic, which is not ideal for like, you know, expensive games, but compared to just one meta, rock, paper, scissors is better. You know what I mean? But obviously in an ideal world, it's almost like everything has like 2 weaknesses and 2 strengths, you know? So like, yeah, it's weak against something, but something else as well can be used against it in a certain way or whatever. It adds more depth, but I see what you're getting at. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. And you have imagined you are currently on the ultimate tank bit where you have no stamina block, no stamina block. So so this is then something that's also you can also try look at the more shields.
Durin has questions asking, can we see the 8 gear?
The add gear, sure. Do I have one? Not yet.
And while you're figuring out the add gear, so M2 Machine Gun, who's the modder behind the talent tree and skills reworked, so he says that if you guys want, you can just talk to them, and he's working on improving the mod, and he'd love to know if you guys have some feedback on it or that kind of thing. So what I could do basically, M2, what you can do is just join the Arena World Discord, and then like just ask Ray, and I'll tell him who you are like in a chat, because he might be AFK right now. I'm not sure he's hearing this part of the stream. But Ray's the leader of Arena World and them, and the others are the rest of the team. So basically, they can give you all the feedback that you want, because I think I remember them showing the talent thing the last time I visited. So I think that was already on the server back then. So they probably have plenty to show you. And add gear, that's what's happening now, Duran. And then one more comment before we go back to that. Hello! I don't know how to pronounce Russian names, I'm sorry. Otherwise I would attempt to pronounce your names, but hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, Hilly, all you.
Okay. Duran, for you, the add gear, what is powerful about the add key is the third hit of the combo. And we also increased the stagger of this one because it is lagging against big armor waves. But now you see you got staggered by just one swing. And I think I might be
I
even
didn't
able
have the
to...
shield equipped.
Oh, yeah. But you don't have. You have...
No, now I do, but the first time you hit me, I was unarmed, and then I added the shield, so I think it, like, the tower shield gives me enough so I don't get staggered straight away. But that makes sense, you know, it's best one.
Can I just heal, I think? Ah, you still wolves somehow.
I think
Anyway.
we're in the same factions, so you can't hurt me.
Okay. Yeah, raise your shield JP. Yeah, the third hit of this weapon is very powerful, but you can still block it, which is good. If you lower your shield, you receive a lot of damage. Okay. 0 skill level, by the way. Don't underestimate the skills.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Let me raise it. Okay. Yeah, here we go. This is now skill level 20. So in general, yeah, buffing the power of this weapon, because there's also the thing, in general, when a weapon has like an attack combo of the third of the 3 hits, there's the issue in PvP that the first 2 hits can be mostly easily parried, and the third hit is the devastating. So we created on almost all weapons that the combo attacks are stronger, that it is more rewarding hitting them, and it's less the spam of secondary.
So you basically, like, it's like I would use this, but I swing purposefully not trying to hit you so I can get you with the third swing. So you incentivize.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do that in the normal game because I use the Crom a lot, and it has this crazy like third attack where you have a lot of reach, right? So I love killing enemies with that last hit because it looks so epic.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I actually have to head out pretty soon. So now we need to finish up, cover anything you need to cover, and anyone who's got any questions, make sure to ask them now, or just join their Discord and ask there, because you can also do that.
Okay. You're down for one last balance change?
Yeah, sure.
One show? Okay. This is in general now over the crossbow and the bow. As you can look, what we did essentially to it is the bow stamina usage has been reduced by half across overall. And also we implemented one new thing. If you have spent attention to the damage values of the arrows, as you can see, the needle arrow is normal as always. But if you look into the bronze and the iron arrow, you will see
they're even stronger.
Exactly. So something we took from in the balance when we're looking over the bows, like buffing their damage is kinda it's very lazy and it's not that efficient. But another thing about arrows is, especially the metal arrows, they are usually not used anytime. Like even in vanilla Valheim, you think,
yeah,
man,
in vanilla,
they use
no, silver arrows are like the least used arrow in vanilla, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, why would you spend metals on arrows? This is... they are not even strong, close as strong as the needle arrows. So what we did is we improved the power of arrows, that the value you have to spend into them with the methods, they have a bigger value, and also they're hitting harder this way. Bring them more online as an
Yeah,
archery.
so it becomes like an item sink, and it's more useful.
Exactly. Yeah, the bow is very decent. It's for sure not this one-shotting sniper thing. But this is what the crossbow is for. The crossbow is in season 1. It was terrifying at some point because many people complain. It's very powerful and you get one-shotted by it. But it's kind of the feeling of the crossbow. The thing what we thought about it is it's just too simple to execute it. So when you equip the crossbow, you see you lose a lot of stamina.
Yeah, you extended the load time. Yeah, I see. That makes sense. So basically, go with the crossbow feeling like a badass, awesome one-shot cannon, but make it so that in order to use that, they have to spend more time reloading and actually use stamina to do it. Because I saw it took stamina, and it normally... I don't think it normally does, right?
A lot of stamina. Yeah. Usually it just costs 3 stamina to reload a bolt.
Yeah, so it does, but it's a small amount.
Yeah. So as crossbow, you are more immobile. Also, you have a lot of reduced movement speed with it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Very much a cannon. Minus 25. Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, this is all for just getting you slow down that you can be picked up. And it's not just the thing, you reload the weapon, run away, and kite people with it. So now you're reloading it, and I could easily
run. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like, if they're far away, they're a threat to you. But once they hit you once and you survived, like, probably they're not gonna be able to get you. And if you're close by, then they're just gonna kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah, it has now more the sniper feeling to it, where you are in danger when the enemy comes
like
close.
I can't
to
even
you.
run. It's like I hold run and just my character's animation changes and he moves like I don't know, a tiny bit faster. It's funny. It's like pointless. Cool. Hello, expert. Welcome, by the way. Expert malfunction, so they're lurking here. Good to see you again. Well, this has been really cool, guys. I definitely I learned so much from seeing the kinds of things you guys do and the different ways you approach things. And I'm really glad that Zeal's with you all now because like Zeal's an awesome scripter and I also get to see the kinds of stuff he makes because he shares it, right? And it's
Zeal is amazing, man. He did so much good things.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys do, and especially as the seasons continue, because it's not just like it's the same. Each one is unique, you know. Like it changes. You guys make revisions, and I imagine at some point you'll feel like there's not as many obvious revisions to make, right? But ultimately, looks really, really awesome. So, is there anything else you guys want to share before we close up? I'll like re-explain what they can do to join and everything before I end the stream.
No, just explain the join thing, and I think then we are good.
Okay, cool. What about you, Zeal? Anything?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right then. So everyone, you have been seeing Battle for Valhalla by the Arena World team, and if any of this has interested you, then all you have to do is join their Discord, which you can find in the description of this video or on the Arena World YouTube channel. And in their Discord, you'll be able to sign up for Season 2 of Battle for Valhalla once that's ready. And my understanding is it's fairly soon, but you know, I'm sure they'll let you know. You just got to be in this Discord. That's the place to be for Valheim, PvP, everything you need is there, not just for this, but also, as you've seen, Hilly and the others know a lot about the weapons through literally years of doing different kinds of PvP. So if you want to, learn more about PvP in Valheim and the nuances behind it, and most importantly, if you want to meet the other people who like PvP in Valheim, because it's very niche, a lot of people don't know about PvP or think there's any PvP in Valheim. They don't know about Arena World, right? It's the place to go for Valheim PvP. Now you've seen their latest project, Battle for Valhalla. So thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to join their Discord, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.